Hello everyone and welcome to this module on the plumbing trade. In today's video, we will learn to assemble GI pipes with standard fittings. Additionally, we will explore various water distribution systems and explain how to connect pipelines to buildings according to drawings. By the end of this video, you will be able to fix elbows with the GI pipe, fix the union with the GI pipe, fix valves with the GI pipe, assemble the GI pipe with standard fittings, understand the water supply system from the source to the overhead tank, and understand the pressurized water distribution system. Let us collect the tools and equipment required to do this. GI plain coupling as required, GI ribbed coupling as required, GI T as required, GI elbow as required, GI 4-way as required, GI 100 mm, 150 mm barrel nipple as required, GI reducer coupling as required, brass bibcock as required, GM wheel valve as required, hexagonal nipple as required, gate valve as required, rubber washer as required, GI pipes as required, steel tape 1, rowel jumper 1, hacksaw frame with blade 1, pipe vise 1, pipe wrench 1, ratchet die set 1, screwdriver 1, cutting plier 1, hemp packing as required and a ball peen hammer 1. Let us start with the procedure.
Join pipe number 2 with the 4-way cross. Fit pipe number 3 with the cross. Join the plain coupling to the other end of the pipe number 3. Assemble the GI bend to the plain coupling. Fit the ribbed coupling to the other end of the bend. Join pipe number 4 to the ribbed coupling. Fit T with pipe number 4. Join pipe number 5 to the opposite end of T. Assemble elbow with pipe number 5. Fit pipe number 6 to the other end of the elbow. Join T with pipe number 6. Fit pipe number 1 with the opposite end of T. Join pipe number 1 and 2 with a union. Fit a 150 mm barrel nipple to the left side of the cross and place a cap for it. Put another 100 mm barrel nipple to the right side of the cross. Join the reducer to the barrel nipple. Assemble the bibcock to the other end of the reducer. Fit a 100 mm barrel nipple to the bottom T. Assemble the globe valve to the nipple. Place the hexagonal nipple to the left side of T. Assemble the gate valve to the nipple.
Assemble GI pipes with standard fittings. Hold pipe number 2 in a pipe vise. Wind the hemp packing or cotton thread material on the external threads of the pipe. Apply sealing compound over the pipe threads. Fit the 4-way cross to pipe number 2 and tighten it using a pipe wrench. Wind the hemp packing to the external threads of all the pipes and standard fittings and apply sealing compound over the threads before joining with the other one. Fit pipe number 3 with the cross. Join the plain coupling to the other end of pipe number 3. Fit the GI bend to the plain coupling. Assemble the ribbed coupling to the other end of the GI bend. Connect pipe number 4 to the nibbed coupling. Fit T with pipe number 4. Connect pipe number 5 to the opposite end of T. Assemble the elbow with pipe number 5. Fit pipe number 6 with the other end of the elbow. Connect T with pipe number 6. Fit pipe number 1 to the opposite end of T. Fit the rubber washer into the union. Set pipe numbers 1 and 2 with the union. Hold one side of the union in one pipe wrench and the ring of the union in the other. Turn the 2 pipe wrenches gently in opposite directions and assemble. Use grease or Vaseline on the union joint for easy disconnection. Fit a 150 mm barrel nipple to the left side of the cross and place a cap for it. Join another 150 mm barrel nipple to the right side of the cross. Assemble a bib cock on the other end of the reducer. Fit a 100 mm barrel nipple to the bottom side of T. Assemble the gate valve to the 100 mm barrel nipple. Allow a clearance between the valve and pipe. Join a hexagonal nipple to the left side T. Assemble a globe valve to the hexagonal nipple. Test the joints for leakage. Plug all the openings in the section of test line with pipe nipples, socket and plug. Pump the water into the pipeline completely without any air pocket. Continue the process till the pressure gauge shows steady reading. Keep it under the required pressure. Observe for any leakage in the joints and pipes. Rectify the leaking joints and pipes. Repeat the test till the pressure is maintained for 3 or 4 hours. Understanding the water supply system from the source to the overhead tank through gravity as per drawing. An overhead tank is a large container typically made of steel, concrete or plastic, positioned at an elevated location like a rooftop. The water source. This can be a municipal water supply, a well, or any other source located at a lower elevation from the tank. These connect the water source to the pipe and then distribute water from the tank to various outlets throughout the building. Valves. These control the flow of water into and out of the tank and regulate pressure within the system. Understand the required pipes, fittings and faucets needed for making pipeline connections. Identify the underground storage tank connections. Give connections according to the drawing using various pipes and fittings. Give inlet connections to the sanitary fittings using various pipes and fittings. Fix the water level controller to the OHT to maintain water level. Water level controllers are used for facilitating the operation of pumps for automatic filling of storage tanks. Lever sensors provided at predetermined high and low levels within water tanks dictate the starting and stopping of pumps in the absence of water in the tank. Fix the water hammer arrestor to protect the water hammer. A water hammer arrestor is a device that absorbs shock when water flowing in a piping system suddenly stops. It is installed on the supply lines of water using appliances such as washing machines and dishwashers. Fix the pump set to the sump for pumping water to the overhead tank. Fix a non-return valve, float valve and a ball valve to the sump. Provide an air vent and an inspection opening for both the OHT and the sump. Understanding pressurized water distribution system as per the drawing. The water sump. This is a large water-tight container typically located underground, usually in the basement or crawl space. It acts as a reservoir to store water for your home. The pressure tank. This tank is usually placed near the water sump and connects to the home's main water line. It is partially filled with water and air, and the air acts like a cushion maintaining pressure within the tank and pushing water out when needed. The pressure switch. This electronic device monitors the pressure inside the tank. When the pressure falls below a preset level indicating water usage, the pressure switch activates the pump. Check valve. This one-way valve allows water to flow from the pump or city water line into the pressure tank but prevents backflow. Let us understand how pressure distribution works. When you open a faucet or appliance requiring water, the pressure in the tank drops. The pressure switch detects this drop and turns on the pump. The pump fills the pressure tank with water, compressing the air inside. The compressed air pushes water out of the tank and into your home's pipes, maintaining consistent pressure throughout the system. Once the pressure reaches the preset level, the pressure switch turns off the pump. In this video, we have discussed fixing elbows with the GI pipe, fixing the union with the GI pipe, fixing valves with the GI pipe, assembling the GI pipe with standard fittings, understanding the water supply system from the source to the overhead tank, and understanding the pressurized water distribution system. Hope you have a clear understanding of this. Thank you all and see you in the next video.